We're creating the perfect Thanksgiving centerpiece with Laurel Monroe from Mint Floral Co. Laurel, welcome to Daytime. And again, perfect time of year. Yes. Thanksgiving is approaching, and we want to make the food beautiful, but also the table beautiful.
Right.
Yes. So tell us what you're going to be doing.
So we're going to start making a fresh seasonal centerpiece. So what we've done is we've started greening the arrangement, and we've got a nice little rustic wooden box here, which is a popular item right now at the shop. So I'm just going to start adding some pieces in here just to make a fuller shape.
So what is in the box? Do you have a little glass jar or something?
There's actually a plastic insert in there.
Okay.
So that keeps the water in there nicely. And then we typically, are you familiar with floral foam?
Yes.
Okay, so we try not to use floral foam when we don't have to. It's not the most environmentally friendly.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, so we typically like to do our arrangements right in water. I think they last a little bit longer that way too. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding...
What are these called? Do you know?
This is called salal. I should know. Denise.
You've been doing this for a long time.
This is called salal. This is actually grown in BC, and this is called pittosporum. So we do try to use as much local, Canadian grown products as possible. So I've got this sort of nicely green. This is we typically go with an asymmetrical shape at Mint Floral. We like to do things a little bit more wild looking.
I like that too.
Yeah, and now I'm just going to add a couple flowers here that we have behind.
And so is the key when you're organizing everything and arranging it, because it's a centerpiece, you'll want to keep it low?
Correct. So you want it, we call it a long and low. So it's a little bit more elongated, and it's nice and low for people to see over.
Right.
It would also be a two-sided arrangement as opposed to a one-sided arrangement. These pieces are our mason jar, signature mason jars are really popular at the shop. We do those one-sided. So I'm just gonna...
I'm gonna try to guess. Are these hydrangeas?
They are.
Okay.
So, yeah. These are what they are. They're called mini green hydrangeas. So they're just a really young white hydrangea, actually. So they cut them when they're still like a little baby, and yeah, they're kind of a neat.
Now, is there a way to bring those back to life once they start wilting? Because
Yes.
I heard I don't know if this is right, if you put them in warm water.
Actually, hydrangeas are called hydrangea because they're the only flower that can hydrate through their flower petals. So if you actually have a hydrangea that's going soft, just dunk the whole thing head first in a bucket of water.
Wow.
And it will suck all the water back up.
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty neat.
Okay, I'd heard about that they could do this, but I thought I just have to cut the bottom and then soak it there, but I didn't realize it's dunking the whole flower.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing, actually. You'd be surprised. So we're adding some beautiful fresh roses here. We like to use roses that are a little bit more a garden English rose style, as opposed to the sort of tight, roses that you might get at the grocery store.
And so why are you pulling these petals off?
Great question. So we're pulling off the guard petals. So until we're absolutely ready to use the rose, we leave sort of the outer petals on because they kind of get beat up and bruised. And then you just pluck those off and everything underneath is perfect.
The guard petals, I love that.
So that's what we call them. So we're just gonna give these a nice fresh snip. And it's really just kind of, once you start to get your greens in, it'll all sort of start to make sense in terms of where the flowers will go. We make sure there's no leaves on the stems. Just makes it easier to get them in there. I'll take that one from you, Denise. Thank you. Floral assistant.
I like how you've positioned the flower deep down in. Usually when I have roses and I'm organizing them myself, I don't know why, but I always put them up.
Yeah,
but this actually looks nicer.
You want them to be sort of the star of the show, for sure, but I personally don't like to see the stems of a rose. I just think that it looks a little bit better when they're sort of tucked in, but still prominent, if you will. So we'll just place another one of those in there.
And we have 2 minutes left.
Okay.
What else we want to put in?
I'm going to put in a little sprig of rosemary, actually, which is kind of nice for a centerpiece idea. We like to use herbs and elements like that at the shop a lot that are sort of interesting.
And if you're missing anything for your turkey,
and you can just, we've got some hot peppers here. We've got some rosemary if you need to add a little something to your flavors.
And that was so interesting when you told me, because I said these look a lot like hot peppers, and you said they actually are hot peppers.
They are ornamental hot peppers. So
when you call them ornamental, they're not really for eating.
I wouldn't, yeah.
Okay.
But you can. It's not going to harm you, but they're more for show.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. So, and then
I noticed you had some thistle back there.
Yes, this is also.
I would never have thought to put thistle in a flower arrangement.
Yes, we use this a lot, actually. I'm just going to add a little touch of a dark red here, since it is a Thanksgiving. Our palettes are a little bit more not so typical in terms of Thanksgiving.
So tell us quickly, we have 30 seconds left. Tell us about Mint Floral Co. Where are you located?
We are located right downtown Whitby, across from La Fontaine's at 108 Dundas Street. And we're a full-service flower shop. We do deliveries all over the Durham region. We've done about 70 weddings this year.
Wow, that's busy.
Yes, we do workshops. We do grab-and-go arrangements. We kind of do a little bit of everything.
And you've been doing weddings for 10 years.
Yes, 10
well,
years.
Thank you for showing us how to create this beautiful centerpiece. And up next, we have delicious dishes with Durham College Center for Food. So stay with us. Now, how